What's up, guys? It's Scotty here with Flat Track Flashback, and wow, what a weekend we just finished with at Winter Throwdown, the 6th annual Cory Texter Promotions Mission Foods Winter Throwdown Flat Track Race presented by Holeshot Powersports was a time. Just still trying to catch my breath from all the action, and I wasn't even competing in it, but man, what an incredible 3 days. Shouts out to the entire team at Callahan Speedway, all of Cory's team, for putting on just one of the best events that you'll ever attend. In the preview show, we called it the Chili Bowl of Flat Track, and man, so many entries, so difficult to make the show. I mean, let's just hype this bad boy up. Like, the amount of riders that we had show up for this, north of 800 throughout the entire weekend, including the King of the Throwdown. We had 47 riders on Thursday, north of 400 on Friday, and then just under 400 on Saturday. So much to be excited about. Deep classes, stacked heat races. You really had to be on your game. You had to qualify well, get good starts, and be first or second in your heat race to be a factor. I mean, we saw a lot of surprises. We saw a lot of exciting racing, and we're gonna jump into the action. We're gonna start with Thursday's program. We're gonna do King of the Throwdown. A beautiful night greeted all the fans and the riders in Callahan, Florida. As the King of the Throwdown got underway, the first matchup saw Evan Kelleher take out former national champion Joe Kopp. Son Cody, I think he took that personally, because when the matchup came, Cody was able to get the best of Evan Kelleher, the reigning AFT singles champion, advancing to the next round. Moving on, the rookie and the vet, Evan Renshaw. After Brandon Robinson jumps to start, Renshaw pumped up after getting the opening round. Robinson would even it up and beat Renshaw to the corner in the deciding third round. Renshaw, chance up the inside. There's an opening. Robinson shuts the door. Renshaw, another chance up the inside. Can he get the drive off the corner? Not quite. Robinson again able to hold on and ultimately take home the win in this battle. Renshaw visibly frustrated there. Great battle here. Dallas Daniels taking on Cameron Smith. Cameron, an impressive weekend on that KTM, getting great starts all weekend. You see he leads Daniels off of 1 and 2. This is again after they split the first 2 races. Cam slips up coming off of 4. Dallas underneath. They are side by side. Cam into the fluff. Daniels at the inside. Smith fights back, but just a little too high. Daniels able to squeeze by and take over the lead and hold on to advance to the quarterfinals. In the diciest matchup of the 1v1, Trent Lowe, Dalton Gauthier, they got a little bit of history. Great battle. Round 1, Lowe with the hole shot. Gauthier up underneath him, side by side into 3 and 4. Running a little wide. Gauthier takes the lead. Lowe not going to settle for that. Fights back up underneath to reclaim the lead. But there's an opening for Gauthier to square it up, get underneath him, and charge out of 2 to reclaim the lead. Not to be outdone. Trent Lowe going in hot, pushing Gauthier wide. Takes back the lead, making a statement in the opening round to take the advantage for the rest of the matchup. Round 2, Gauthier a little sideways off the line. Needs to even the score. Lowe up underneath him. Wants to put it away in 2 races. Lowe takes the lead going into 3 and 4. Gauthier finds an opening. Back underneath. Shades of Tyler Scott and Jared Mees in 2022. Lowe looking to fight back, but Gauthier slams the door. He needs this win to force a decisive 3rd race, and he will hold on. Looks over his shoulder. Says, we got one more in us. Dalton Gauthier takes race 2. Race number 3, the decider. Trent Lowe off the line, leads him into 1 and 2. Gonna hold it on, but an opening presents itself. Gauthier not able to take it there, but he would hang tough for all 3 laps. This is it. This is this deciding lap. Trent Lowe leads out of 2, going into 3. Again, a little opening presents itself. Gauthier shoots through. Every rider had a walkout song for the King of the Throwdown. Briar Bauman chose Backstreet Boys, but Dalton Gauthier giving a nod to NSYNC with Bye 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 as he takes the victory over Trent Lowe, moving on. Afterwards, the 2 can be seen discussing post-race plans. Hey man, I'll see you at Hooters, all right? Yep, I'll see you there. In a battle of former AFT champion Briar Bauman and reigning King of the Throwdown champion Chase Sadoff. Bauman up the inside, coming out of 2 to take the lead. He would end up taking the win here in 2 races over Sadoff. Now remember that move that Bauman made. It's going to come in handy later. Cody Kopp, Trevor Bruner going at it in the quarterfinals. Bruner and Kopp side by side coming off of 3 and 4, but Bruner will hang on and put the Yamaha into the semifinals. This matchup, a little dicey. After winning the first race, Brandon Robinson, James Ott side by side in race number 2. Ott looking to get it even. He goes up the inside of Robinson, pushes him a little bit wide. B-Rob, he's had several wins here at Callahan. He knows this track. Fighting back. Ott leads him across the line, but there's a slight opening. Robinson, ooh, loose contact, and Ott goes down. Unfortunately, that would be his race. Now, a crowd pleaser. The battle for the championship last year between Jared Mees and Dallas Daniels, well, we get a preview. After splitting the first 2 races, it came to a deciding 3rd race. Mees with the hole shot. Daniels a chance up the inside, not able to get the drive off at 2, and Jared Mees will get the best of Dallas Daniels in this matchup and advance to the semifinals, where he would take on the winner of Briar Bauman and Dalton Gauthier. Gauthier, hole shot. Bauman up the inside once again. We've seen it once. We'll see it again later on. Gauthier with a chance to fight back, looking to make it an even score, but Bauman will shut the door. Too strong on that number 52 KTM, but a bobble gives another chance for Gauthier to fight back. Bauman too strong off the corner, and again, in a clean sweep, 2 races, 2 wins for Briar Bauman to go to the semifinals. Semi number 1, Robinson, Bruner. Robinson leading into 1 and 2. Bruner around the outside, trying to stay with him. Bruner's won main events here. Robinson's won main events here. Bruner fighting with Robinson, trying to get by. Tough place to pass. You got to move him if you want to make the move. Bruner not quite able to get the drive off the corner, and B-Rob is heading to the finals. How about this? The last 2 riders to win championships in the AFT Super Twins class. Every championship since 2017 is represented. Mees with the hole shot. Bauman, remember that move up the inside out of 2? Yep, it's becoming his specialty. Side by side with Mees off the corner, trying to get through to the finals. Mees not wanting to give up, but Bauman too much. He's still perfect on the night and will take on Robinson in the finals for the belt. Modeled so beautifully here by Robbie Bobby and Jen Lewis, the king of the throwdown. Who's it going to be? Well, Bauman won the first race. Robinson with a chance at redemption. Up the inside, and there's an opening. Bauman trying to take it. Not quite. Robinson holding a tight line. Slams the door going into 3 and 4. Bauman with another chance at it. Runs in a little high. Squares it up underneath. Better drive this time. And just like we've seen in every round, Bauman takes the lead going into 3 and 4. Pushing Robinson a little bit wide. He wants to be the king this year. Briar Bauman undefeated in the 1v1. Congrats to the number 50, well, national number 3, riding wife Shayna Texter's number 52, Rick Ware KTM. Takes event promoter Cory Texter and brother-in-law on a victory lap. Pretty deserving rider for the victory lap. The fireworks were just beginning on this weekend, though. Bauman taking the king of the throwdown and celebrating. How about that? Briar Bauman in the 1v1, he goes undefeated. Where have I heard that before?
One-on-one, I'm undefeated, never lost.
Moving on. Friday presented a lot of variables. A lot of weather in the area. They got a lot of rain before King of the Throwdown on Thursday. We were kind of expecting it to come on Friday. We were able to get the show started, but towards the end of qualifying, actually, for Group 1, skies opened up, started getting hit with quite a bit of mist, and it backed our show up. But Cory and his team, they persevered. They were able to get the track back in shape, and Group 1 was able to finish their show. Then we began to run right into Group 2, and the track was shaping up just pristine. We had one of the best tracks we've ever seen at Callahan. You know, normally a lot of people complain about the track being rough. Some people love it, some people hate it. But this year, completely different surface. Very hard packed. We had a groove, something we haven't seen at Callahan, at least not in the years that I have come, but the track got very fast. And on Friday night, it was shaping up to be epic. This 450 heat race, look at this. 4 wide off of 1 and 2 on the start. This was going to be something special. But alas, Mother Nature had other ideas. You see the rain falling, or you can kind of see the rain falling on this camera. Not to fear, we were coming back for an epic day on Saturday. We had Group 1 kick off the morning nice and early. They get through their program, and then we were ready to rock and roll with the completion of the Friday show and the entirety of the Saturday program for Group 2. So lots of big bikes on the track all day long, epic racing throughout the day. Now, during the day show, we were treated to some pretty exciting expert action. So let's take a look at those highlights. First main event of the weekend for the experts, the 450 expert on Friday afternoon. Holeshot, Dan Bromley. This is during the day program. As you can see, a lot of banging mid-pack. but Bromley would not be able to hold the lead. Gautier takes it, coming out of 2. Back in the pack, though, Keegan Wolf contact with Briar Bauman. James Ott nowhere to go. He goes down. Gautier leads him into 1 and 2 with Bruce Evans behind him. Bauman fighting with Bruce Evans, trying to get by for second. As they go into 3 and 4, somebody nearby not too happy about the move. All right, well, back to racing. Bromley, who's started to fade a little bit now into the clutches of Bruner. Bruner up the inside, coming off of turn 2, will take over third. The battle for the lead raging late into the race. Bauman looking up the inside of Gautier, trying to take over the lead. Gets a good drive out of 2. Going into 3, shut-off contest, won by Bauman. Gautier able to fall back in line. Tries to answer back, not yet. 1 lap to go. Will he have a chance? Bauman leading into 1 and 2. Gautier, Bruner still very much in the hunt. Good drive out of 2 for Bauman. Bruner looks up the inside, trying to take over second. Won't be enough. And Maestro, that'll do it. Bauman with the win. Gautier, Bruner round out the podium. Bauman still strong on the weekend. King of the Throwdown win, check. Winning streak still alive in the 450 Expert. Little treat for the fans. The finale of the daytime show, Open Expert main event. Could Bauman keep his streak alive? Well, he didn't make the show, so we were going to have a new winner. Gautier with the whole shot, leading him out of 2. Challenged by Braden Fanders, the rookie expert, still 15. Won't be able to race pro until Sonoya this year. Keeping Gautier honest and then going down, trying to make a move happen. Just couldn't hold on. Gautier now under pressure from Trevor Bruner. Bruner looking to make the moves a little smoother than Fanders could. Drive out of 2. Bruner, after having to sit behind Gautier in the 450 Expert main, takes the lead in the Open Expert Day show. And Bruner would look to stretch it out and take the win. His second Winter Throwdown victory. Struggles last year, looking much better this year over Gautier, Bronson Bauman, James Ott, and the rest. How's that for a start? Very exciting action during the day portion, which was Friday's main events. And we see Briar Bauman pick up his first main event win at the Winter Throwdown, and Trevor Bruner pick up his second. Now, one thing of note, in that 450 Expert main event, we were missing Cody Kopp, Trent Lowe, Evan Renshaw, Chase Sadoff, Davis Fisher, and Bronson Bauman. Big-time names in American Flat Track. And Cody Kopp, Trent Lowe, Chase Sadoff, that was every rider that won an expert event, with the exception of the Dash, at last year's Winter Throwdown. So every main event winner from last year's Winter Throwdown didn't make it into the 450 main event, the opening main event of the weekend. That is how deep this field was at the Winter Throwdown. So many top riders were unable to make the show. We said in the highlight video about Briar not making the Open Expert main, but he was joined on the sidelines for that by, again, Trent Lowe, Evan Renshaw, Morgan Mishler, Dan Bromley, Chase Sadoff. So many good riders were unable to make some of these main events, and that just shows you how deep the talent was at this race. So, moving along into the night show. And we kicked things off with the Randy Texter Memorial Expert Dash for Cash, which was won by a rookie expert. Getting the whole shot, Braden Fanders led him into 1 and 2, and he would not be denied, leading every single lap. He's a rookie. He can't even race pro until Sonoya. He's taking home a little extra cash this year from the Cory Texter Promotions Winter Throwdown. That win by Fanders, that makes 6 different winners in 6 years in the Randy Texter Memorial Dash for Cash. He joins Jeffrey Carver, Jared Mees, Briar Bauman, Cody Kopp, and Brandon Robinson. And something to remember, or something to note about Fanders here, something very exciting for him, is he's the only rider that was able to make every single main event this weekend. Only one guy did it, and it was Braden Fanders. So would he be able to continue his winning ways on Saturday night as the main events began? Let's see. After winning the Dash, Fanders looking to keep his winning ways going. However, Chase Sadoff, who missed both daytime main events, gets the whole shot. Another former 450 Expert winner looking for his second 450 Expert win. Tight racing in the back of the pack, as you can see, but a pair of 88s lead us to the line. It's Sadoff, it's Fanders. Fanders looking around the outside. This would be the best race of the weekend. Great battle. Fanders up the inside. Great drive. He takes the lead from Sadoff into 3 and 4. Sadoff answers right back, pushing Fanders wide. He'll lose a couple of spots to Bauman and Justin Jones as we head into 1 and 2. The action was fierce during this race. Bauman looking for the sweep in the 450 Expert class, but Justin Jones has other ideas. Up the inside, pushes Bauman wide. Fanders gets through. Bauman falls back in line in 5th. Maybe even 6th. Fanders running 3rd, Jones 2nd. Meanwhile, up front, Sadoff just trying to keep everybody back. Fanders pushes by Justin Jones, and now we'll look to mount a comeback on Sadoff. Up the inside, here's another chance. Fanders back to the lead. Sadoff, knockhead, pushes Fanders wide again, and Fanders' race all but done at that point. Justin Jones with a chance to get back. Bauman trying to get up inside a coast. They both push Fanders wide. Now his race definitely done. Fellow rookie Evan Renshaw would inherit third after all of that. Bauman not ready to mail it in yet, fighting with the rookie. Dives into 3 and 4 to take over third place. Renshaw with a chance to answer back. Not hooked up enough, couldn't quite get by. 1 lap to go. Renshaw another chance. Can't quite make it happen. Can anybody get by Sadoff? Jones, Bauman with a shot at it. Sadoff, very defensive. Solid ride into 3 and 4. And Chase Sadoff, pumped up, gets the win after struggling all day long over Justin Jones and Chant Bauman. One last time, the Open Expert closing out the weekend at Winter Throwdown, and we are off and running. Aiden Root 7s leads him into 1 and 2, and Terrence Santero, his first main event of the weekend, he's in the hunt. Second place, Trevor Bruner gets under Briar Bauman for third. Guys who've had success all weekend chasing 2 guys who have had their struggles on the weekend. Root 7s would take the lead, and he was looking to control this one, already starting to stretch the gap over Santero, Bruner, and Bauman. Bruner wanting to get past, not wanting to have to wait behind Santero for too long so that he could mount a charge, but coming off before. Bauman a little loose, still chasing him down. Also, how about Ian Wolf running 5th at this point? Strong weekend for Ian Wolf in a couple of main events, while some guys didn't make any shows. Ian Wolf, though, gives a little bit of space for Cam Smith to get by. Fanders, we've seen a lot of him. He joins the party, chasing Smith through on Ian Wolf. Meanwhile, back in the race for second, Bruner still behind Santero. Bauman still behind both of them. Bruner way out of shape coming out of turn 4, still fighting the bike all the way down the front straightaway. Bauman with a chance will get underneath, run Bruner a little bit wide, and try to go on the attack. But nobody was challenging Aiden Roos Evans this time. After a little bit frustrating race to start the day, the upset words near me were turned into cheers. Let's listen in. Stoked. Aiden Roos Evans takes the win over Terrence Santero and Briar Bauman, and he was ready to burn it down at the end of the night. What a way to cap the weekend. Dominating performance in the finale of the Winter Throwdown. So Chase Sadoff and Aiden Roos Evans bring it home for us on Saturday night. What great action we had there. And talk about perseverance for Chase, who missed both of the main events from Friday and the day show. He was able to bounce back, get his second win in the expert ranks at Winter Throwdown with that 450 expert main event. And then Aiden Roos Evans, after getting bumped out of the way, unable to claim the win earlier in the day, comes back and closes out the show with a victory in pretty commanding fashion. I believe that was the biggest, in fact, that was the biggest margin of victory in the expert ranks all weekend. So congrats to Aiden on a big win there. Running second to Aiden in that main event, Terrence Santero, who wasn't able to make a main event all weekend, but he capitalized when he made the show, finishing second and beating Briar and many other top pros. So got to be a huge confidence booster to cap your weekend like that. I also need to give a tip of the hat to Cameron Smith, who amazing starts all weekend. He was up in the hunt, made 3 of the main events, ended the weekend with the top 5, definitely showing speed. I would have loved to see how things would have played out had the rain not come on Friday and the track been what it was, because he was looking very, very fast out there on Friday night. Also, how about Ian Wolf? The first time I got to see Ian Wolf race that I can remember, he was getting hockey checked in the boards of Lawrenceburg Speedway, and the Winter Throwdown, he was on one, making the 2 main events, a 7th and an 8th in the shows that he made, and beating out some of the top riders that were down there. Got to be a huge confidence boost for Ian there. And then there was the excitement of the amateur classes as well. We looked at how deep the expert classes were. So many entries, but the amateur classes were just as full. You're looking on the Friday show, we had 41 in the 450 AM and 45 in the open AM. Only 12 going to the main event. That is a small number. I mean, one thing about this race this year is that, you know, people talk about it being easy to make main events. I believe we've already touched on that, but this felt like old Daytona short track almost. You had so many top riders. We got 2 rows in the heat race, and you really have to be on it. And so the pros and these amateurs, I mean, it's the best of the best. And this is a real chance to prove yourself. Qualify well, get on that front row, get a good start. and try to be as wide as you can and as fast as you can on that groove and get away from everybody. And there were some surprises to me in the amateur ranks. Now, to the guys that won, probably not a surprise, but as we kick things off on Friday, we've got the John Reed Memorial Amateur Dash for Cash. And with that, Robbie Bobby takes home the win. It wasn't easy for Robbie, though. He had to fend off Dylan Cunningham, who right here, bang, into the side of the 79. But Robbie holds on and is able to claim his second Amateur Dash for Cash, joining Chase Sadoff as the only riders to repeat as Amateur Dash for Cash winners in this event's history. Moving into the main events, we get to see something pretty cool here in the 450 amateur main event. Dylan and Tyler Cunningham 1-2 across the line. The brothers taking first and second in our first amateur main event. And Dylan wasn't done in the open amateur main event later in the day, sweeping the morning portion. Dylan Cunningham 1-1 already. Could he keep that string of wins alive going into the night? Well, it would be another rider that would come to the forefront in the night program. The Saturday main events would be swept by Brady Lang, going 1-1 in the 450 and open amateur events that night. Props to those guys. The amateur racing was hotly contested. Lots of carnage in those classes. Handful of riders going down. Fortunately, everybody able to get out of there. Now, there were some people who brought out the brooms, and it wasn't just to sweep their pit area. We see Joe Cobb sweep the 50+, Braxton Reagan sweeping the 250 amateur class, Sean Raggio with the broom and the hooligan sweeping that, Cruz Texter, the 50cc shaft, Corey's kid getting the 1-1 on the weekend, and Jed Fife sweeps the Mad Dog and the Super Mini and just missed out on sweeping the 85cc class to Colton Schaefer. Props to those kids. Lots of great racing in the amateur classes over the weekend. There's so many good riders that come from all over the country to this event. It really is a best of the best. Again, thank you so much to Cory Texter and his team for putting this stuff on, to Callahan Speedway. This event, I can't say enough about it. I mean, look at King of the Throwdown. If you're a Flat Track fan, look at the King of the Throwdown night. We have every single AFT Singles and AFT Super Twins Championship represented in that bracket. Dan Bromley, Dalton Gauthier, Dallas Daniels, Cody Kopp, Briar Bauman, Jared Meese. They're all there. We've got the winners from the Winter Throwdown. Meese, Robinson, Kopp, Sadoff, Lowe. The depth of that talent, 47 riders at King of the Throwdown, only 20 getting into the bracket. So many top riders coming down here to compete in this. It's a can't-miss event. There's so much talent, so much great racing. It's a full weekend of action, and you don't want to miss it. We were very fortunate this weekend to have the live streaming package with Moto America. If you haven't checked it out, if you haven't purchased it, it'll be available on demand. You can go back and watch all the racing from this weekend. We will not be posting the main events on our page. Cory took a big risk and put a lot into having this live stream package, so the only way to catch all the action is going to be on that package. We're doing the highlight stuff today, but this is the only footage that we're going to be releasing from this event on our channel. So you make sure you check out Moto America. Make sure you buy that package if you haven't already, and you can have it to watch it anytime you want. It'll be available on demand, and you can go back and watch all the action from this past weekend. Trust me, you're not going to regret that purchase. It was a fantastic weekend. I also need to kind of promote, I guess, and also thank several riders that were able to be part of something super cool that we're going to do, and releasing a little mini, not series, but we're going to release a handful of interviews that we were able to grab. So that'll be coming out on our YouTube channel later in the week. It's going to be under the rider profile section. You might have seen a couple of them pop up on Instagram here recently. Again, thanks to Turner Honda and Walker Porter's family and the Nickens Motorsports, John and his wife. They were kind of my safe haven for the weekend. They had a great fire barrel going that kept us all warm. Again, just it's so cool to be down there and to be with your Flat Track family and to be part of this community that is just really looking out for each other and helping each other and supporting one another. Can't wait for next year. I'm waiting for Cory to release those dates impatiently, and you best believe that we'll be down there ready for another event. For me, it's gonna be tough to get to the racetracks. We've got a lot of events coming up on my my other broadcasting job, and the World of Outlaws are firing up, so we're getting ready for that whole season. We're going to get to the track when we can and try to do a handful of recap episodes coming up. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to everybody that came up and said what's up. I was truly shocked that anybody knew who I was. So thank you for supporting this and what we're doing. And hopefully audio is a little bit better this time and doesn't sound like you're listening through a C-shell. We're testing out these mics, and we'll see how it goes. Again, thanks for watching, and we will see you at the racetrack one day.